You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised.
Do you want that real sports talk? Unfiltered, unsanitized? Well, you have found it. This is a revolution in radio. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people. Yeah! What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And we got a lot of great things going on. But first, what we got to do on a big Monday is bring it back. Whoa, I get hyped in here. Got that scream, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is the Doug Stewart Show. The realest, trillest sports talk show in America. Thank you so much for joining your boy on a Man Talk Monday. Ballas and Bustas, birthdays, all of that, man. You see the title of the show. We're going to talk some NBA Finals. King James says he's the greatest. I actually called dude King just now. I never really do that. But so obviously we're going to talk about the NBA Finals today. It is a Man Talk Monday, and you know what we do on Mondays. We do Ballers and Busters. Some people call them Game Balls and Goats. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, first of all, we got a couple of new things going on around here. All right? I mean, we always about newness and keeping it fresh. First of all, if you're a new listener to the Doug Stewart Show, welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the show. I really do appreciate it. We've been doing a lot of new promotions and marketing, promoting the show, and so we get new listeners every single day, and I keep telling y'all that. So thank you for listening to the show and giving it a try. for 2 hours, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We have the best time on radio, online, whatever platform that you want to talk about. And we talk sports, guy talk, really whatever's going on in the world of sports and entertainment. So tell people about the Doug Stewart Show. It's the 2 live stews, but my brother Ryan's retired, so it's just one stew. But it's not just. I shouldn't even put the word just. One stew is better than no stew. I believe that. You better believe that. So pass the word. Show's growing like crazy. So it's fantastic, man. And trust me, jump in the chat room as well on Spreaker.com. Follow the show on Spreaker, and then jump in the chat room. And then you're introduced to a whole new world. I call them my family, my Stewie. Shouts out to everybody already in the chat room. Shouts out to Rel Scott, Texas Ty, Vern from Jersey, Mocha Bella. Shouts out to you all. Thank you. Thank you. So jump in there. Post your opinion about whatever story I'm talking about, whatever we're talking about. And then I read a lot of chat throughout the show, and so we have a good time with that. And also a new thing that I've been doing today, and I'm waving to everybody right now on Periscope. We're doing Periscope. Ugh. You talk about a game changer. So listen, there's a new social media, I guess it comes under the category of social media. There's a new social media platform that's just been out, I think, a couple of weeks, called Periscope, and literally it's a live stream of whatever you're videoing, and it goes out to the world, which is crazy and is very intriguing because you get to watch people in real time in Egypt, in Saudi Arabia, in Japan, in Iceland, in I don't know, wherever. And so I jump on there sometimes, and people will be doing a live broadcast, and it's just cool. And a lot of times they're not really doing anything, but it's just cool, So I got the Periscope going on right now on the Doug Stewart Show. So follow me on Periscope, and that's the Doug Stewart Show on Periscope, man. And I don't know how long I'm going to keep it up today. I'm going to try to keep it up for a while. We'll see until the battery runs out on my phone. But it's a real cool thing, and I'm telling you, within a couple of weeks, and I think Twitter actually owns it, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Within a couple of weeks, man, a lot of these other platforms, maybe even Twitter, Facebook is going to take a hit, but I don't think Facebook is going anywhere. You remember when we were on MySpace? We were on MySpace first, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and then MySpace went away like overnight, and then Facebook hit, and then Twitter hit, and Facebook still withstood the test of time. It's still around, doing great, obviously. That dude Zucker's making $1 gazillion. But I kind of feel like that this Periscope thing might be the ish. It might be the lick. It might be the next big thing because it's so real, all right? So it's great stuff. So follow me on Periscope, the Doug Stewart Show, and check me out what I got going on in the studio right now. Basically got the camera pointing on me in studio. Just kind of, a back behind the scenes type look at what goes on. I had it on before the show started. I'll keep it on during the break, and you kind of see what goes on in the studio at Stewart Media and Entertainment. All right, 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. What everybody and their mama is talking about is the Golden State Warriors go up 3-2 in their NBA Finals series against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Whew. That Steph Curry is a bad boy. The only person badder than Steph Curry is a dude that lost last night, and that's LeBron James. LeBron goes for 40, 14, 11 assists, and 1 steal. I mean, what more can you say about a ninja? Golly. And then almost equaling his output, Steph Curry goes for 37 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, and 2 steals. That is your MVP, beating the best player in basketball in LeBron James. All right, the simple question is this, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The simple question is it a wrap? All right, let's go back over some history on this thing. Actually, I picked the Golden State or the Memphis Grizzlies to win the championship. That didn't happen. But then once the seedings were finished, were finalized, and you had Golden State and Cleveland in the finals, I says, you know what, man? As great of a story, and I would actually love for it to happen, for LeBron James to win a title, with everything that's happened over the last couple of years and going back to Cleveland. As much as I want it to happen, and even though they won 2 out of the first 3 games, something in the back of my mind just says it doesn't matter, man. Golden State is just too good of a team. And it looks like that's coming to fruition right now. And so they are up in this series 3-2. I just don't think that Cleveland has enough right now with all the injuries. And I sound like a broken record. Everybody sounds like a broken record. And even when Cleveland went up 2-1, most people, just like myself, stood steadfast to the prediction of the Golden State Warriors still winning this series. I said Golden State in 7. It might not get back to Golden State. I know. Studio audience, I know. But once again, like I told Brother Tom Joyner this morning on the Tom Joyner Morning Show, this is not a fairy tale. This isn't a storybook. I know. And I mentioned to Tom how I mentioned to Tom this morning on the Tom Joyner Morning Show that, I remember, Tom, there's probably been a chance when you were in your teens, your late teens, and you was at the little juke joint in Tuskegee, Alabama, and you rolled up on the finest girl in the spot. She probably looked like Jane Kennedy's sister or something like that. And you rolled up with her with your rap, and you laid it down real nice and thick, and she gave you her name and her number. And when you got home, you called a number, and it was freaking McDonald's. You know why? Because this ain't a fairy tale, Jack. All right? This is not a fairy tale. This is the real deal. These guys are real. They're tangible. You can touch them. They eat, sleep, breathe. And, oh, yeah, the Golden State Warriors shoot 3-pointers like it's going out of style. Yes, they do. And that's the problem. Thus, that's the problem. So, with the little adjustments that Steve Kerr has made and the bad adjustments that David Blatt has made, I don't know if this thing is going to make it back to Golden State. If it does make it back to Golden State's going to win. Just bet your house. I can see some people right now in the studio audience saying, well, no, they got LeBron. Yeah, but that's all they got, man. And you saw last night, once again, with a Herculean effort, it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. So, I want to get your thoughts on it, man. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. But the easy way is just to jump in the chat room on Spreaker.com. All right? So we're going to do some birthdays at a point here in a second. And then I'll read your chat all day long and get your thoughts and your opinions about the NBA Finals. Is it a wrap? Will this thing even make it back to Golden State? Can the Cleveland Cavaliers win it all? What say you? So we're going to talk about that all day long today. 404-382-0338. And you can email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. But once again, the easy way is the chat on Spreaker.com. When we get back from the break, I'm going to jump into this chat. During the break, I'm going to say what's up to the people on Periscope. And we're going to do the damn thing, man. Man Talk Monday, Ballas and Busters. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on theDougStewartShow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Your ballers and your busters. Little homage to the great Ice Cube, whose birthday is today. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in today's show. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. I'm going to get to some chat here in a second. Here's kind of like the mystery of the 2015 NBA Finals. I'll get to that in 1 second, but this segment is brought to you by Ticket Liquidator. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers to give you the opportunity to attend the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. The goal is to bring you more tickets, better service, and lower prices so that you can be there to witness the best in the world of entertainment, culture, and sports. So for all, grab a pencil. For all your ticket needs, give them a call at 855-638-3034. Once again, that's 855-638-3034, and make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. So obviously we're talking about the NBA Finals, and somebody asked me the question during the break, what's the deal with David Blatt and his substitutions and the guys that he has on the floor? Last night they played 8 guys, but Timothy Mozgov, a guy who had, 28-9 boards in the last game, in Game 4, I believe, in a losing effort, he only played 9 minutes last night. Like, what's the deal? And I remember early in the year where it kind of leaked out, I guess you would put it, that the players weren't behind David Blatt. And you know the story, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The guy coached for several years. They said he's got like 16 international championships for whatever teams that he coached in Russia or whatever. But he's not an NBA guy, okay? He's not an NBA guy. He didn't play in the NBA, so the credibility factor comes into play. But there was always kind of like this question about, does he know what he's doing? Then you saw several times this year where it seems like LeBron was questioning him. You know what happened where Blatt called to play and LeBron, in effect, scrapped to play. I don't know, man. If they don't win the championship this year, first of all, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I think that they did a lot of great things this year, and finally getting LeBron to come back to Cleveland, the trades for J.R. Smith and Timothy Mozgov, who we're talking about right now, as well as Iman Shumpert. They did a lot of great things, but I think that they kind of jumped the gun when they hired David Blatt when they knew LeBron was in play. I can't figure that out for the life of me. So I could easily see, where after the season's over, even though they made it to the final, and I guess theoretically you're saying, how can you fire a guy that got his team to the NBA Finals? You know why? Because you use your eyes. And your eyes tells you is that LeBron James is coaching his team. I know. So you're not really, from a perception standpoint, you're not really getting anything, I think, from David Blatt. I think most basketball fans and, the insiders and the people on the Puppet Factory, they aren't going to say it because it's not the politically correct thing to do. But on the Doug Stewart Show, we can do whatever the hell we want. So I think that you could easily see them getting rid of David Blatt and bringing in a Mark Jackson or somebody like that, man, to take them to that next level. And I always talk about the example and what happened in Chicago every time this type of conversation comes up. But Doug Collins had taken the Chicago Bulls to the playoffs many, many, many years. They could not get past the Detroit Pistons, and he did great. They in relative terms, they had a fantastic season, but they needed somebody to take them to the next level. So they got rid of Doug Collins, and they brought in Phil Jackson, and 6 rings later, the rest is history. I could easily see something like that going on because clearly, and I've even heard some of these NBA guys allude to it in a politically correct type of way, that his substitutions, they just make you scratch your head. You just don't understand what the hell is going on. You got LeBron James playing 45 minutes. He's averaged probably 47 minutes in these NBA Finals. Now, LeBron ain't a spring chicken anymore. Hell, he can run for days. He's probably the best athlete that the NBA has ever seen, or one of the top athletes the NBA has ever seen. But, this is wearing on him. This is wearing on him. It's wearing on the rest of the team as well. And a guy that goes off, has his best game ever, and Timothy Mozgov, not just the playoffs, but ever, he plays 9 minutes this game. So it doesn't make any sense at all. And then there's that whole thing about psychology. So in effect, what the Golden State Warriors are doing is they're kind of acquiescing to the Cleveland or to the Cavaliers are acquiescing to the Golden State Warriors, and trying to play a smaller lineup. You can't do what Golden State does. What made you successful this year is having big bodies. Timothy Mozgov proving to be a very adequate center in the NBA, and you got to play big ball. Not only that, but then you have the injury issues as well. But you, in effect, just stand down to whatever the Golden State Warriors have been doing. And kudos to them, Baller Award to them for starting Andre Iguodala, the new AI. But that's not what you do. That's not what made you successful. And it's almost kind of like a panic type situation. I talked about this last week, is if they changed the style and what they were doing, that would kind of be like a red flag that you're almost accepting defeat. And last night, them trying to play small ball with Golden State, that's dead in the water. You can't do that. You can't do that. And so, obviously, man, I think that was to their downfall last night. So they are down in this series 3 games to 2, talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. So what are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Also, comment made last night by LeBron James and talking about the, what does he think their chances are in Game 6 and even in a Game 7. He says, quote, "I feel confident because I'm the best player in the world." James said following the 40-point, 14-rebound, 11-assist performance for his second triple-double. You don't let me have 40, James says. I get 40. And you know what? Once again, and I was kind of talking with the people on Periscope about this, he's right. How mad can you be? He's. I know. Studio audience is kind of surly today. But he's right. They asked him a question. I guess he didn't necessarily have to say the whole "I'm the best player in the world" thing. He could have just says, "No, I'm confident we could win and just keep it moving." But I like it. He wants, I guess he's trying to psych himself out, as well as the rest of his team, that, I'm the best player in the world. You're playing with the best player in the world. Damn right we got a shot. Is he not the best player in the world? A couple of years ago, I would argue this with Kobe Bryant. But who's arguing that LeBron James isn't the best player in the world, even though he didn't win the MVP this year? So he is the best player in the world. And a lot of people don't like that type of stuff. I absolutely love it. I'm the dude that loves when they used to go and dance in the end zone after a touchdown. I'm the dude that loved Terrell Owens grabbing popcorn, grabbing pom-poms. I love that type of thing. But a lot of people don't like it. Very arrogant, braggadocious, some people would call it, but I don't have a problem with it at all. What are your thoughts? Do you disagree with me? Do you disagree with LeBron James that he's the best player in the world? I mean, the man is having, one of the best series in basketball history, NBA Finals history. But once again, it's just not going to be enough, I don't think. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. There's even conversation now, and I always tell you that I watch or I have it on the background while I'm prepping for the show, doing some research. I always have on Mike, and Mike Greenberg is making a push for, even if Cleveland loses this series, for LeBron to be the MVP. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. It's not who's the best player in the playoffs. It's the most valuable player, in the way that they traditionally do the most valuable player award. Is this the person that's most important to their team? So in this case, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, it's the person most important to their team in winning the finals. So it's not going to be LeBron James. I don't care what. You can't do that. It's probably, truth be told, it's probably going to be Andre Iguodala right now. And I know that sounds crazy. Steph Curry's on that team, MVP. But Andre Iguodala is the guy that basically swung this series. There's no denying that. When he comes in the game and got major minutes in the last game, or in game 3 or game 4, they won the game all off a tempo. It seems like he created a tempo as far as defensively. He hadn't been able to stop LeBron James in relative terms. LeBron's still, averaging about 40 points a game, but he's kind of slowed down LeBron a little bit. And he's kind of, dictated pace for this team. And ever since he's come back in, spacing has been better. It seems like everybody's able to get more freer shots. They're moving freely. And it's all been because of Andre Iguodala. Now, he can't shoot free throws to save his life. He couldn't hit the backside of a barn of a free throw. But, since he's been in, they've been winning. And he's been contributing. He's been producing as far as points. And defensively, obviously, once again, he's been doing okay as well, trying to stay in front of LeBron James. 42 minutes last night. He played more minutes than anybody else. Him and Steph Curry actually had 42 minutes apiece. So, I think right now, if the voting were to start right now, or stop right now, and the series were to be over right now, I think that you would have to give it to Andre Iguodala. Now, obviously, LeBron or Steph Curry is the best player on that team, and Steph has gotten hot in the last game and a half, last 2 games. The ending part of game 3, where he went just ham in the last 6 minutes. And ever since that moment, Steph's been playing a lot better, but he was shut down the first 2 games for the most part. I think the guy, all right, the straw that stirs the drink for the Warriors in this series is Andre Iguodala. There's no other way to say it. There's just no other way to say it. So I'm not saying that's going to happen. They'll probably give it to Steph Curry. But just like we've seen many times before in the Super Bowl, there's a guy that you think should get the MVP, and, they give it to Russell Wilson. Like what happened not this past year, but the year before with the Seattle Seahawks. You really could have given that award to the defense in general, or to Richard Sherman, but they gave it to Russell Wilson because that's the better story. That's the cuter story. So, I don't know. It's very interesting when you think about right now, but they still got a game left, maybe even 2 games left. If Andre Iguodala continues to play at this pace and Steph Curry steps back a little bit, I think Iguodala will get it. If Steph Curry continues to have a game like he did last night in Game 6 and in Game 7, they'll give it to him. There's just no way around that. So we'll see what happens, man. We will see what happens. All right, when we get back from the break, I'm going to read chat. And I'm also going to quickly run through a couple of little birthdays, not any big birthdays outside of Ice Cube. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And we'll read chat once again and continue to do what we do on this Man Talk Monday. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at Doug@theDougStewartShow.com. Sports Talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce. Don't go away. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. June 15th, 2015. Man Talk Monday, Ballers and Busters, a.k.a. your game balls and your goats. Obviously, we're talking about the NBA Finals. And what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts? Follow the show on thedougstewartshow.com or the Doug Stewart Show on Spreaker. Shouts out to everybody checking your boy out on Periscope. And what we're doing today is obviously talking about the NBA Finals and everything that goes with it. This segment is brought to you by my friends at Pride America. In life, things happen good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband and a father, and a protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Pride America. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Pride America's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. His name is Greg Wynn, 678-439-7172. Insure your family, man. Insure your family and your legacy. All right, so I'm gonna get into some chat here in a second and your thoughts on Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Do you think it's a wrap? Who do you think right now, if you had to say is the series MVP? Some conversation about that as well. Quickly, though, let me do a couple of birthdays. Jim Belushi, the great Jim Belushi, John's brother, is 61. He's 61 years old today. Baby Northwest is 2 years old today. Happy birthday to Baby Northwest. Happy birthday to her. That's Kanye and Kim's baby. And you know what? That might be the first time that we've taken note of a baby's birthday on the Doug Stewart Show. We've been doing birthdays, I think, since the inception of the show back in like November or December. And I think that's the first time. That'll tell you how big of a brand that Kanye and Kim got right now. I mean, it's just crazy that actually showed up on the celebrity birthday list that I follow. So she turned 2 years old today. And as I mentioned all day long, man, the great Ice Cube turned 46. You do know his real name, right? O'Shea Jackson. Are y'all like me? Can y'all wait? Can you not wait for this NWA movie? Biopic, I think that's what they call it. I am really excited to see that, man, and I've talked about it before in the show. We got into a conversation about NWA and their relevance and their legacy to hip-hop, and it's just enormous, man. It's just enormous. Cass was doing quote-unquote gangster rap before NWA, but NWA is the one that really kind of put it, to the forefront. And really, when NWA hit, I mean, it was a game changer. People didn't cuss and talk about killing each other like they did before NWA hit the scene. Nobody did that in rap. And I know a lot of people will argue that was the beginning of the end to rap. But nobody talked about gang violence and killing people and cussing every other second like a sailor until NWA, as far as the national level. And so for that alone, I mean, just a tremendous, tremendous story. And like somebody was telling me earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, Ice Cube allegedly wrote all of the rhymes for NWA back in the day. Now, I don't know about that. I mean, I would probably bet that he wrote Eazy's rhymes, because clearly Eazy wasn't a rapper. Eazy was just a hustler and the money man, the front man that could put everything together from what I know. But, yeah, Ice Cube wrote a lot of their lyrics. And, he's one of the best rappers of all time. I mean, not just West Coast rapper, not just from NWA. Ice Cube got real, real skill. So happy birthday to the great Ice Cube. Yes, sir. All right, let me read some of your chat messages here. BPA for David Blatt and MC Hammer. Speaking of which, a BPA, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And if you don't know what a BPA is, if you're watching me right now on Periscope or whatever, a BPA is a Boiled Peanuts Award, okay? And what that is, that's right, it's a Boiled Peanuts Award. And what that is, it's a long story on the etymology of it and where the word and the phrase was derived from. Ask somebody in the chat room, they'll tell you. But it, in effect, it's a Buster Award for the week. And so we give that every Friday. And so my man J-Rob is saying BPA for David Blatt and for MC Hammer. Now, what did Hammer do? I'm sorry, I missed it. What did MC Hammer do to deserve a Boiled Penis Award? What did he do? David Blatt is self-evident. I mean, he just can't manage his bench at all, seemingly. Forgets about guys that had great games the game before and lets other teams dictate his offense and what his team likes to do. So he can get nominated for a Boiled Penis Award. As a matter of fact, we got 2 nominations. And I'm not going to write it right now because if I do that, man, people will listen to the show and that I know that I write kind of slow. So I do it during the break. So we got David Blatt nominated for a Boiled Penis Award. And we also have you seen the pictures of Governor Chris Christie? And I don't know how I missed this, and I know some of you are saying, man, that was a week ago. Yeah, I don't know how I missed it. I'm all social media guy, and I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and now on Periscope. And And I missed this thing, and I just saw it yesterday. The picture of Chris Christie in a tight-ass baseball uniform is bad. I mean, it's just certain looks. First of all, I don't even understand why baseball managers wear baseball uniforms. It makes no sense to me. We had a long discussion about that many, many years ago. But not only did the man put on a tight-ass baseball uniform, this aspiring president of these here United States actually has a camel toe. Yes! So, no, I'm going to do it right now. Hold on. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to write down Governor Chris Christie for a Boiled Penis Award. Before I forget, because, I mean, this is old, so I'm going to go ahead and do this right now. People on Periscope can see me writing this down. Follow me on Periscope. Christie, F-O-R-D, period. Oh, my gosh, he lost some cool points with that. You just can't be president of these here United States. And, you know, I'm not sure. Now, everybody was cool. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Everybody was cool with Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, whatever you want to call him, doing what he do. I'm not sure America is ready for a transgendered president. I'm not saying I'm not ready. I'm not saying I'm not ready. But Chris Christie is just too early, man. It's just we're working on trying to get there, okay? We're working on trying to be okay with everybody and whatever their lifestyle may be. But, bruh, that was a horrible look. Just Google the pictures if you didn't see them and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Google the pictures of Chris Christie baseball uniform. Just a horrible, horrible look. And I'm sure somebody's going to tell me what MC Hammer did. I'm not exactly sure. From Eddie Mo 2.0, yeah, Hammer looked like he was trying to be a celeb. Laugh out loud. Okay, so Hammer was at the game last night, and I guess they panned to him, and was he wearing some Eddie Murphy leather pants or something? I'll find out. From Sluggo, Golden State better close it out in Cleveland because if it gets back to Game 7 in Golden State, anything can happen. Yeah, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I doubt anything will happen, though. I mean, I doubt it. I just thought about it just now, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. You do want to finish it out in Game 6. You know, obviously, you want to finish it in 4 if you can. If it goes back to Golden State, do the subconscious thinking and mind of the referees kind of come into play, and LeBron gets every call, and all of the calls go against Golden State? That's possible, but I don't think so. I still don't think so. I don't think there's any way Golden State loses this series, man. Based on what they're doing, just based on the facts, just based on the variables in which you have in play right now with the injury situation, these guys are getting tired for Cleveland, and Golden State is pretty damn good. I mean, it's as simple as that. So I don't think so. I just don't see that happening. From Vince Wright, Iggy for series MVP. There we go, my man Vince Wright. Big smooth, I agree. Fred Mack, Iggy important to the team, but not most valuable. That goes to Steph all day, every day. I don't know, man. I guess it's semantics. I guess it's how you look at it in that question. Will Steph Curry win it if Golden State wins the series? Probably. Should he? I don't think so. I think right now, without Andre Iguodala in this game, or him finding his way onto the floor by Steve Kerr, I think they're down maybe 3-1. 3-2. Yeah, I do. Andre Iguodala was the X factor. He was the starting point with this team winning these games and offensively flowing a whole lot better than they had been. And so, yeah, I think right now I would give it to Andre Iguodala. What are your thoughts on that? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, all I'm going to do is read more of your chat. Yes, sir. I'm going to read more of your chat. And also, I want to talk a little bit about Brandon Spikes. We kind of got into this conversation a week ago. He's in a little bit of trouble. We'll talk about that. Also, some more New England Patriots news as well. We'll talk about they had to give out their rings, and it was kind of a contentious situation. I'll tell you about that up next as well. All right, so don't go anywhere. 404-382-0338. You can email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there, all right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Ballas and Busters. Paying a little homage to the great Ice Cube today. O'Shea Jackson, 46 years old. And obviously talking about these sports. I'm going to get into more of your chat here in a second as well. And obviously the NBA Finals from last night. Series now at 3-2 Golden State. They go back to Cleveland for Game 6. I actually like the 1-and-1 situation at the end, even though I'm sure the players don't like it. But, yeah, I like the 1-and-1 now. Cleveland can go back. They got their home crowd to back them up, and maybe they can find a way to win Game 6. But I surely believe that they will lose in Game 7 in Golden State if it even makes it that far. This segment is brought to you by National Debt Relief. They're one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditors and collections accounts. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, an alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. So give them a call at 844-828-4975. That's 844-828-4975, and work it out. Work it out. All right. So let me jump back into this chat here. I don't know if you've heard it or not, but Massachusetts State Police cited former New England Patriots linebacker Brandon Spikes on Friday with speeding, negligent driving, and other motor vehicle offenses stemming from an accident earlier last week. And I don't know if you remember the story, but in effect, they're saying, or you would rationalize, that he ran into the back of someone. His OnStar actually called the authorities when they came on and asked him, are you okay? What happened or whatever? He said that he had hit a deer. And I told a little story about how I hit a deer when I was in high school or whatever. He said he hit a deer, but then he jetted. He bolted from the scene, and when the authorities got out there, there was no one out there. They just found the car all beat up. And so I guess they surmised and they figured out a way, or maybe he admitted it, that he actually was driving this car because they cited him. I thought that the purpose he left is so that he could pin it like on his cousin or something like that. And evidently that's not the case. And so he has been charged in that. And also the New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft presented players and coaches their Super Bowl rings in a private ceremony at his home this past Sunday night. And listen to this. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The rings got 205 diamonds and 2 phrases, "Do your job, we are all Patriots," as well as a signature from Bob Kraft. Fantastic. Congratulations, I guess, are in order once again. They got the ring, so congratulations are in order once again for the New England Patriots as they win last year's Super Bowl, in which they shouldn't have won. I know. That's hating. But damn. Every single time I think about that Super Bowl, man, the first thing that comes to my mind is the Seahawks blew it. I mean, they absolutely blew it. And I mean, what is this? This is June. I mean, what are you talking about? 6-7 months ago? Can you imagine how pissed off or Seattle Seahawks fans are? And they're putting up a good face in that locker room, as well as the coaches as well. But man, they got to feel like that they pissed away an opportunity to win 2 Super Bowls in a row. If I'm Russell Wilson, man, I'm just mad. Horrible play call, and I'm just reliving it all over again. That's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Let me get some more of your chat here. You can hit me on the chat line on Spreaker.com. The Doug Stewart Show on Spreaker. Follow the show, then jump in the chat room, as well as download the Doug Stewart Show app. So there's 3 places you can hear the show. Actually, we're kind of adding a 4th platform as well right now. There's 3 places you can hear the show. You can go to the DougStewartShow.com, the website, and you can listen to the show live online on your big computer or whatever, your desktop. You can also listen on the Doug Stewart Show app, okay, in your app store, iTunes store or whatever. And then you can also listen on Spreaker.com. All right, so go to Spreaker and then search in the little search box at the top, the Doug Stewart Show, and the show will pop up and you can listen on Spreaker and you don't have to download it or anything like that. So we all over the place, man. We up in this piece. And then the fourth way you can listen, at least for today, for a little while longer until I shut it down, is you can check me out on Periscope, man, on Periscope, the Doug Stewart Show on Periscope, all right? 404-382-0338. You can email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com from Scotty. The series will go 7. The networks in the league are making too much money. The ratings have been through the roof. And if it goes 7, the ratings could be record-breaking. Networks won't jeopardize losing out on that. And here goes Conspiracy Ninja. But you know what? That's a very good point, man. They always say it in boxing, follow the money. And, yeah, the numbers for this series have been tremendous. And if it goes to a Game 7 with the idea that LeBron James could somehow will his team to a victory, and Steph Curry is going to have, 30 or 40 points or whatever, that's a ratings bonanza. It really is. So we'll see. I doubt that's the case, though. I mean, you could say that probably for any 7-game series in NBA history. I think if Golden State can seal this thing up in Game 6, they will. I think they will. Did you notice last night, speaking of which, a Game 7 and a monumental Herculean effort from LeBron James, Did you notice last night, Mark Jackson kind of mentioned it? He kind of mentioned how they had LeBron actually playing center. And he was actually killing them when they had him down on the paint. He was matched up with Draymond Green, I believe, and just went, just killed him on the boards a couple of times. But then they kind of went away from it. And Mark Jackson had mentioned this is kind of like that NBA playoff series where Magic Johnson went for 40 playing center and point guard. Maybe we see something like that. Obviously, Timothy Mozgov wasn't in there last night. Maybe LeBron goes to center. He can do it. If he's matched up against Andre Iguodala or Harrison Barnes, they don't really play Andrew Bogut that much. And if he did, LeBron would just, probably just abuse him by footwork. So I don't know. It was very interesting to see last night LeBron on the blocks for a lot of that first quarter and actually doing pretty well at it. Let's see, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Harvey Scott, Doug, I don't think Blatt has done or is doing a bad job. The man is missing two major pieces. People forgot that if they were at full strength, the Warriors wouldn't stand a chance. Now, I don't agree with that, and I think the Warriors would stand a chance, but then I probably would put it as a coin toss as far as who would win the series if they would have had Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. Sluggo, the NBA is so different from the international game. Even further, regular season NBA is extremely different from games and playoffs. Blatt is being exposed as an in-game manager. I agree to that statement. From Harvey Scott, Doug, Phil Jackson was a nobody when he took the Bulls job. He was an unknown, just like David Blatt and Eric Spoelstra. He was not an unknown. Phil Jackson had won a couple of championships, I believe, in the CBA. But not only that, it's just that he had played the professional game. He had played the professional game, obviously, for the New York Knicks, and he had been around the NBA his entire life. I think what my man, who said it the last time, Sluggo said in the last post that I read, is that it's kind of being exposed the differences between game managing and international games and the way things happen here in the NBA. Like an NBA coach, anybody that knows anything about the NBA, there's no way that after the game Timothy Mozgov had in Game 4 that he would only play 9 minutes in Game 6. That you would continue to try to win games big. All right. Obviously, what Golden State is trying to do is win games, with this small lineup. So you let them dictate what you're going to do with your offense. I don't think anybody with any experience in NBA would have made that move last night. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. From J. Rob, busted to everyone who said Dirty Della would look down Curry or lock down Curry. Curry was like 10 for 15 when guarded by Dirty Della, including 6 for 9 from the threes, and a bust award to Dirty for armbarring Green and dragging him down. Yeah, did y'all see that last night? Oh, punk-ass Dirty Della Vadova was at it again, pulling down Draymond Green. But you notice Draymond came down with that elbow, kind of like what Al Horford did, and I don't think they called the technical on him, but I think Draymond knew exactly what he was doing. And I, for one, was standing up applauding in my living room. Yes. I mean, and I don't know if it's just the situation where Dirty Della Vadova is getting tired or whatever, and he's been unable to keep up with Steph for the last couple of games. But it just seemed like somebody flipped the switch, and Steph said to himself, wait a minute, I'm freaking Steph Curry being guarded by a guy named Matthew Della Vadova. I mean, I should just kill this guy. I don't care how good his feet are. He can't stay in front of me. And that's pretty much been the attitude of Steph in the last couple of games. And, oh, yeah, it's actually true. It's actually true. It's actually true. So, yeah. And this is part of the reason why Cleveland's probably not going to win this series. If you're that dependent on Matthew Della Vadova, you shouldn't win an NBA Finals. He's playing major minutes. He should barely be in the NBDL. I mean, seriously. Come on. I mean, it was a cute story if you're a Cleveland fan, I guess. It was a cute story. Matthew Della Vadova from St. Mary's locking down Steph Curry. But come on, man. You know good and well that man shouldn't be in the NBA. He shouldn't even be in the NBA, much less starting in the NBA Finals. Come on, man. I got about 30 homeboys better than Matthew Della Vadova. Right now. Yeah. All right, when we get back from the break, man, damn it, it's hour number 2. More of your chat, more sports talk, more fun. This is your show, the People Show, the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's Stu for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Yes, sir. Hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah, what up to all of my Stewies? Hope you had a great weekend. I haven't seen Stagger Lee in the chat room. Well, Stagger, you sure know how to throw a party, Shawty. Woo-wee. Went out to the great Stagger Lee's birthday party this weekend, and it was off the chain. I mean, it was off the chain. So happy birthday to Stagger. If you know Stagger Lee from the chat room, you know that he is literally off the chain. But yeah, shouts out to you. Happy birthday, bruh. So, man, very intriguing chat. And talking about these NBA Finals, I'll read more of that in a second. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. A quick little story, man. Have you heard about Michael Sam? Yeah, Michael Sam was playing for the Alouettes. I believe they're the Montreal Alouettes in the Canadian Football League. Yeah, they are the Montreal Alouettes in the Canadian Football League. And they were doing training camp, and they were about to play their first preseason game. And dude just left camp and left the team for personal reasons. No more explanation than that. So the team says that they will welcome him back with open arms whenever he's ready to come back. And I looked and I looked and I searched on the interweb to try to find out, what even some rumors are on why he left camp for quote-unquote personal reasons. But I could not find anything. If you've heard anything, man, holla at your boy in the chat room and tell me what the streets are saying why Michael Sam left. And maybe it is just, something very personal. Nothing really salacious or titillating that's anybody's business. But just, no explanation at all. And whenever that happens, we always kind of wonder, like, what's going on with the player? So I hope everything's okay. Prayers to the great Michael Sam. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. So obviously still talking the NBA Finals Game 5 last night. Do you think it's a wrap? And who do you blame for the Cavaliers being down 3-2 and how quick this thing switches? I remember when Cleveland was up 2-1. Even when I was talking about it, when Cleveland was up 2-1, to me it just, it didn't feel right to say Cleveland was in control of the series, even though technically they were. But that conversation was going on at the time, and you just knew at some point that this thing was going to break down by what I mean by that is, Matthew Dellavedova is going to get exposed. The depth issue is going to get exposed. LeBron James is going to wear just a little bit because he is human. As much as we think that he's some type of superhuman, dude is human. He actually bleeds. We saw that in Game 4 of the series as well. And it looks like the chickens are coming home to roost, per se, right now, what we're seeing in this series. What are your thoughts? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. And, give me your thoughts on that. I'll tell you what, the whole conversation about Andre Iguodala being the MVP of the series, it's kind of like 50-50 and just scanning over the chat and on my emails. People can definitely see it, but the other part or the other half of people that can actually see it is the other half of them is basically saying that there's no way they're going to give it to Andre Iguodala. I mean, it's just a marketing type situation. You remember last year I mentioned the situation for Seattle in the Super Bowl, not this past one, but the year before where they won it. The argument could easily have been made. I mentioned Richard Sherman. It could have been made for Marshawn Lynch as well. But you knew good and well they weren't going to give it to Marshawn Lynch. His whole beef with the media, and it's just cuter and it's better, and everybody's more happy in corporate America if Russell Wilson would have won it. And I think that's probably the same situation right now for the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry. If they win the NBA championship this year, Steph Curry's first going to have to go to a barbershop and put a little texturizer in his hair. Because, like I told Tom Jordan this morning, as light-skinned as he is, ooh, he got a nappy head. Yes, sir. I mean, he looked like he could be Tom Jordan's little brother or something around here. But, yeah, so Steph Curry, man, says all the great things, coming from a basketball family. I mean, they've been showcasing his family, his wife and his daughter, and he's religious. And so he'll probably get it if Golden State wins it all. But I'm not sure if the person that deserves it more isn't Andre Iguodala. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. From 9-0 the Rhino, 2 games ago, everybody had him, Coach Blatt, out coaching Kerr. Everybody equals Doug, Mike, and Mike. You know what? 2 games ago he was, but now 2 games later he isn't. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And Steve Kerr, I think it was with Steve Kerr. You got to remember, Steve Kerr is a first-year coach as well. Even though Steve Kerr obviously has a great history, he has several rings playing in the NBA. Well, Steve Kerr, I think he has 6 rings as well, 3 with the Bulls and maybe 3 with San Antonio. But yeah, the first couple of games, some of the things, the coaching moves by David Blatt in particular, I guess more importantly probably, you should give more credit to LeBron James, were working in the first 3 games. They really could have won game 1. But now that's kind of, come back to life, back to reality, as I always say, from the perspective of the great soul to soul. Right now, it just looks like it's inevitable that the Golden State Warriors are going to win the NBA Finals. Or am I wrong about that? Is there somebody out there in the chat room? And I saw a couple of posts in the chat room and people saying that they thought that Cleveland could still win this. If you believe the Cleveland Cavaliers are going to win this NBA Finals, let me hear what you got to say about it. I mean, seriously, come on record. Even though they're down 3-2, you could still see. I guess we could all see it. But you really believe and you think that right now, even though they're down 3-2, the Cleveland Cavaliers are still going to win this NBA Finals. I just don't see it. I just don't see it based on everything that's going on and what's happened over these last couple of games and the talent The reason why everybody and most quote-unquote experts picked this Golden State team to win this series is because of the talent, because they won 67 games this year, because it looked like Cleveland was out of sorts, because Cleveland had all the injuries. Now add on top of that even Kyrie Irving, because David Blatt seemed like a fish out of the water as far as his coaching acumen in the NBA. Those are the reasons why that most people, once again, pick the Golden State Warriors to win this series. But if you're out there and you're watching or you're listening to the show and you think that Cleveland is definitively still the team to beat in these series, I want to hear your thoughts on that. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And we also mentioned earlier the great Ice Cube's birthday is today. Happy birthday to him. And talking about everything else going on in the world of sports. What'd you do this weekend, man? What'd you do this weekend? Hope you had a good weekend. I know basically I went to one cookout on Saturday earlier in the day. I kind of saved myself enough so I can make it to the second cookout of the day to my boy Patrio's spot, a.k.a. Stagger Lee. And so it was a good weekend. It was hot as all get up. I mean, it was hot as Hades out there this weekend. Yes, sir. Real hot this weekend. But it was a great weekend, and I was so excited to see the game last night to see if Cleveland could come back and tie the series or whatever, or win, go up in the series, because I thought for them to have any chance to win this series, they would have to win last night. And they were in the game till the very end, till like 4 minutes left in the game. They were only down by 1 point, and then Golden State went on one of those patented runs. But for them to have any chance to win the series, they had to have won last night and tried to close it out in 6 at Cleveland. And so that didn't happen. So I think it's a R.A.P., Shawty. I know. We got Cleveland Cavalier fans in the building. I know. But it's over. I just don't see how they can overcome the great play right now of the Golden State Warriors. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. You know what else you can do as well? You can donate to the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir. If you donate $20 or more to the Doug Stewart Show on the DougStewartShow.com, there's a little donate button. If you donate $20 or more, we'll send you your own first official run Doug Stewart Show t-shirt. That's right. It's a collector's item. So, yeah, $20 or more, we'll send you your own t-shirt. Anything less than that, then we'll still send you something really nice just to say thank you. But, yeah, donate to the Doug Stewart Show, man. We really do appreciate all the donations that we've been receiving. I mean, by hook or crook, this is going to be the biggest show in America, Jack. The realest show in America. The most unfiltered sports talk show in America. All right? So when we get back, I'm going to read more of your chat. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Buy America. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day,
I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. Tell me, baby, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster, Doug, I see why you got kicked out. Dude, wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing, okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart? Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday, Ballers and Busters, a.k.a. Game Balls and Ghosts. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. All of my Stewies. Shouts out to you. Appreciate the love. Make sure you're telling people about the Doug Stewart Show, man. Pass the word. Tell your cousin, your auntie, your boy, your sister-in-law. Tell them about the Doug Stewart Show, man, the realest, treeless sports talk show in America. Golden State up in this series 3-2. What are your thoughts on it? Steph Curry experienced symptoms of dehydration after Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Shut up, man. The man was tired. I almost think that in today's sports, man, you know, with all of the conversation about concussions and CTE, I think that we're overly cautious now. What do you mean he experienced symptoms of dehydration after Game 5? Okay, yeah, dehydration is something that we really never even talk about. But over the last week, or we used to didn't talk about, over the last week with this situation, this story with Dellavedova having to check himself in the hospital, and Steph Curry now with this story about he had symptoms of dehydration. What does that mean? When you boil it all down, what does that mean? The man didn't drink enough water. And so they gave the man a couple of Gatorades, and, you know, he drank some water, and he was okay. 2015, they got a whole damn story about this thing. You know, Steph Curry, symptoms of dehydration. And the man just didn't drink enough water. Dehydration, what you can't play when you're dehydrated? That doesn't work. That doesn't fly. So that's just a non-story. But 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. What are your thoughts on the NBA Finals last night with the Golden State Warriors winning? The series is now in their control. They're up 3-2. And also, if you have any Boiled Peanut Award nominations you'd like to give out, we've already given one to David Blatt, and we've also given one to Governor Chris Christie, which is, have you seen the pictures? I like to see some commentary about the pictures of Chris Christie last week, and him in this baseball uniform and pants tight as hell, and it appears that he has woman parts. Okay, it appears that he has women parts, in more particular, a camel toe. And that's not a good look for a dude. From Stagger Lee, if being gay was a profession, half the America would be employed. Okay, see, Stagger Lee always takes it to a new extreme. He made some very discouraging marks from, let's see who we got here. From Lamar, Sam watched the number 69. Okay, that's funny. Star of the Colts or just married to Tyler Perry. From the 47th Problems, got a point. Jersey Vern can't ever count LBJ out, but I don't think they can pull it out either. I agree with that. From Busa, I had dehydration this week and also too much Henny. Yeah, I kind of indulged this weekend as well. Probably too much, but it was a great weekend. More chat from Vince Wright. Go Blackhawks! Bring the Stanley Cup back to Chi-Town tonight. Yeah, go Blackhawks! From Detroit, Matt. LeBron was in ISO a lot in the fourth quarter. He would dribble the ball for most of the shot clock and try to drive to the rim or fade away. But one thing I will say about LeBron, that's probably true, and I guess they probably were at a point last night where they had to do and put the game in LeBron's hand even more so than they have this entire series. But LeBron hit some phenomenal shots last night. He hit a three-pointer a la Steph Curry style last night. Late into that game. He was damn near at half-court line. Nothing but net. So LeBron hit some big shots last night, obviously going for 40 points, man, but it just wasn't enough. You would think if LeBron James scores 40 points that said team is probably going to win, right? Whether it's Cleveland the first time, Miami, or Cleveland now the second time, you would think LeBron goes off like that, and he had a triple-double, which means he was distributing the basketball as well, and they still lose. That's not a good sign. That's actually a bad indicator if you're a Cavaliers fan. From Nino the Rhino, word is Sam just wanted to go home. Damn, the dude might be playing the media to get a spot on one of these Real Housewives of Atlanta shows. You fool! As we used to say back at the crib, you fool. What do you mean the man trying to get a spot on a Real Housewives of Atlanta show? He's not a wife. He kind of, no. All right, let's just move on. From Stagger Lee, Michael Sam smelled like so much booty. See, I got to preview Stagger Lee's messages. Michael Sam smells so much like booty. You use this for air freshener. Okay, moving on. From Dollars and Cents, he says Sam having relationship problems, just like Brittany Griner. Okay, y'all wrong. It's too early for this. Y'all just stop this, okay? From JB Jennings, not sure why Sam is still relevant at this point. Yeah, I guess he's still relevant, and I guess the sports world is still talking about him because we talked about him a lot a couple of months ago, even though I don't know if we should have talked about him that much a couple of months ago in the first place. I agree with what you're saying, in other words. I don't know. From Scotty, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, Michael Sam is going to end up being a female actress in Tyler Perry's movie. Okay, I think I read one of those messages out of order. And my man Lamar says, Sam wanted the number 69, laugh out loud. Okay. All right, come on, man. Y'all better than this. That's low-lying fruit, Michael Sam jokes. And once again, these are from the listeners. These are not necessarily from the Doug Stewart Show or the host. Yeah, but Michael Sam jokes. Okay. You got to be real brilliant for those. Oh, he wanted number 69. Okay. This is the Doug Stewart Show, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And, man, I'm watching this series, and it's so sad. And I thought about it last night. I actually, for the first time, had an emotion that I've never experienced, especially for this guy. Last night, I actually felt sorry for LeBron James. Like, when he was walking off the court, didn't it look like he wanted to cry? Didn't it kind of remind you of that scene when he left the floor for Cleveland, when he left for when he knew he was going to leave for Miami, I guess, and ripped off his shirt? Like, last night, and also, man, LeBron's facial expressions, man. First of all, he looked old as hell. LeBron looked like he about 70. But his facial expressions, man, he just always looks so defeated. And I guess when you go for a game like he had last night, triple-double and all, over 40 points or 40 points, and you still lose, you start looking around like, man, I'm playing with a bunch of losers. And that's the look dude had on his face last night. Like, man, I mean, what more y'all want me to do? I mean, y'all are sorry. Can you imagine what's going on in LeBron James's mind right now after what he did last night and the way he looked when he left the floor? He's like, man, dude, I can't do anything. I almost felt sorry for him last night. I did, but then I thought about it, and I says, dude, you know, he makes about $1 billion a year just from Nike alone. He'll be fine. But, yeah, obviously he has been playing great. He's been playing fantastic. I'm actually back a fan now, quote, unquote, a fan of LeBron James again. Like I said at the top of the show, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I thought it would have been a tremendous story for him to win a title for the city of Cleveland, but I just don't see that happening right now. And I think last night, I'm not saying he knows that it's over. And his comments after the game where he said that he's the best player in the world, of course they got a chance. But deep down, got to be real tough to when you turn around, you look on the floor. Remember now, LeBron James is playing on a team right now where he's the only original starter from the start of the season. So it's got to be very, very discouraging to look around and look in the mug of Matthew Dellavedova and J.R. Smith and Amon Shumpert. I mean, they're good and they're solid players, but they've been, once again, like 6 players or 6 men their entire careers. J.R. Smith won the 6-man award a couple of years ago, and Amon Shumpert, you know, he was a bench player for the most part. These guys played for a losing organization, so in the New York Knicks for many, many years. It's just got to be tough, man. I almost felt kind of sorry for LeBron James last night. I mean, damn. But then I pinched myself and was like, man, I ain't worried about that ninja. For what? He good. But fans are going to kill him. And I kind of think deservingly so if they don't win this series. I kind of agree, but then I kind of don't agree. I mean, the dude doesn't have anything. He doesn't have anything right now, and that's just real. That's not an excuse. It's just real. He doesn't have anything to work with right now. He has nothing to work with right now. But if they lose this series, he is going to be 2-4 in the NBA Finals. So all the Michael Jordan comparisons, they take a hit. I, for one, think that skill-wise, he might be the best player to ever do it. And I don't know if I would take him over Jordan if they were at the top of their careers. We've had this discussion before. But it would be a hard-ass decision. But you got to have some hardware to back it up a lot of times, man, in the sports conversations in this country. All right, when we get back from the break, more of your chat, phone calls. This is the Doug Stewart Show, Man Talk Monday. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you're not stewing, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your number one advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
If you're not stewing, what in the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, as well as Periscope, Instagram. We all over the place, man. All of them at the Doug Stewart Show. Yeah. I didn't send out a tweet today, but after the show, I'll send out your daily tweet. And please retweet that for your boy. Have you signed up for DraftKings? Do you play fantasy sports for real money? If you don't, you're missing out on a lot of fun, man. When you sign up with DraftKings, use the promotional code STEW, that's STEW, and any amount of money that you put in up to $600, me and DraftKings are going to match it. We're going to double it. So if you put in $600, you'll be playing with $1,200. I mean, you can't beat that with a stick. You cannot beat that with a stick. So, so that's DraftKings.com. Fantasy baseball, I actually play a ton. I pretty much play every day except for Thursday. That's the day that they travel. I play Thursday, and I don't play Saturday and Sundays a lot of times because it's just too much. It's too much activity, and then trying to research it and get your stats to try to figure out the players to put in, it just becomes too much. I always play like I said, 4 days a week, and I play the late games, so I have time to research the players or whatever. I mean, fantasy sports is fun, and with this DraftKings stuff and fantasy sports where you can get paid on a daily basis is just phenomenal. So that's DraftKings. Use the promo code STEW. Did y'all notice that? And I just thought about this. Did y'all notice that even though Steph Curry and his team and the media and I guess the NBA maybe are claiming that dude suffered from dehydration. I'm doing the quote marks in the air right now. That he started to get that little Kobe scowl on his face last night. You remember in the last set of rings that the Lakers won with Kobe, and Kobe was going ham? You remember he used to have that little scowl, ugly little face that he used to make, and he used to pull his shirt to one side and show half his titty? You remember that? Your boy Steph was feeling it last night. He started making a little mean, little angry face himself. Yeah. I'm looking at a picture of this joker right now. Not only do he need some Afro Sheen, but his line is effed up. How you be a millionaire with $1 gazillion, the NBA MVP, and your line not even straight? Ooh, that's horrible. But yeah, so Steph had this scowl on his face last night every time he hit a big shot in the last quarter, which he was going ham. I mean, it's just crazy, his range, man, and his ability to get his own shot off the dribble. I mean, it's just crazy. But yeah, he channeled his inner Kobe last night with the ugly face. And I like it, you know. And, you know, he's a young player. He's kind of unassuming. He's not like LeBron James, kind of braggadocious. I don't think he has what's that word? What's that phrase LeBron has tattooed on his back? The savior or something like that, or the man or whatever. So Steph is never a guy that's probably going to do any of that type of stuff, man. But the older he gets, the more the confidence is probably going to come through, and the more he's going to really start to believe that he is this good. You know, he came from real humble beginnings once again. You remember now, this is a guy kind of slight, you know, doesn't weigh but $1.25, played at Davidson, not drafted 1 or 2. No one expected Steph Curry to be this good in the NBA. Nobody. I mean, nobody. If you tell me you expected Steph Curry to be this good, I'll say you're lying. It's as simple as that. So now, over the last couple of years, and obviously with this past year and the MVP, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, dude's starting to really come into his own and starting to understand that, yeah, he really is very, very nice. And last night was kind of like, you know, he always does a little fist pump to his chest and points to the heavens, I guess, thanking God. I guess that's his way of saying, God, thank you for these skills. But last night, man, the facial expressions and the pumping his fist, kind of like Tiger Woods, kind of feeling himself, like Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. He kind of feeling himself. So last night, man, fantastic game for this dude. 37 points, man. 17 points in the fourth quarter when they needed it most. And Cleveland, once again, they stayed in arm's reach of these guys the entire, and I mean the entire game last night. But they pulled away late in it, and so congratulations to them. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, what's that?
What up, T? T from Huntsville?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
What up, T? How you doing, brother?
Man, just sitting back enjoying the 2 hours on radio, man. Just wanted to hit on a couple of things about the finals.
Okay.
I hadn't watched a lot of basketball this year. I just really got into it during the playoffs, and so now I got a little bit of a reference point as far as what I'm seeing. Okay, right off the top, I mean, this is traditional. This happens a lot, but all the extra talk about the teams that lost is a little off to me. I mean, I get that's what the media does, but I mean, Golden State won, and you wouldn't know it to listen to some of these programs. All you hear is, well, LeBron doesn't have anybody, and well, LeBron did this, and well, this guy sucks. Well, those is Stephen Curry. Okay, that's cool. They lost.
Right.
I mean, what the hell? Listen, Steph Curry is playing good ball. He's getting the same shots he was getting when he wasn't having great games. He's just making them. The looks aren't any different. People are still in the space. So nobody didn't have a damn thing to do with it. That was my opinion then. It's still my opinion now.
Right.
Forty is balling. Forgive me for not remembering his name. Andre Iguodala was balling. I'm not going to call him Iggy. That sounds feminine. I'm not going to call him AI because that's disrespect for the Allen Iverson.
Yeah, I don't like the Iggy name. The AI thing I kind of fell into when they started calling him that. When they got rid of Allen Iverson from Philadelphia, I guess they tried to wipe away some of the memory of the original Allen Iverson. They started calling him AI. I feel you though.
Yeah, exactly. Beyond disrespect. I mean, I'm not going to diminish that man's game. His memory like that. But I mean, you do know T that his initials are AI, right? No doubt. But okay, sir. Look, if Tom Brady had a nickname and somebody else came along with those same initials, nobody would dare give nobody else their nickname. We know that. Okay. You know what it is. They're trying to diminish that, man. Let's get real. It's no different than somebody winning a title and then they talking about something negative the next day. You're not going to do that with Brady. All you're going to do is ask him and talk about a Brady play. There are things you can point out that are flawed, but they're not going to do it. Okay. So they do it purposely. So For that reason, I'm not going to do it. And just a little side note, in my opinion, I think the Warriors are doing well because of the style of play. And by that, I mean it takes the officials out of the game a little bit. Because in my opinion, the NBA is rigged. They blow whistles. They give my man help. But the way they play, you really can't just shoot jump shots. They're spreading the floor. They're going to the hole. They're not really doing a lot of bumping. So they got to call outside perimeter fouls just to put a little extra fouls on them.
Right.
And they let LeBron come through and push off and whatnot. But I think the way they play helps them out and kind of takes the rest out of the game. So that's why they're able to overcome it a little bit. And yeah, LeBron isn't playing with much, but he made it to the finals. He didn't get there by his damn self. I don't know the stats for sure, but I bet if I look and check, somebody else scored some points and got rebounds. I'm almost certain of it.
Yeah,
so,
but T, let me jump in there now. He got to the finals with a totally different team and with two of the main components of the team. And once again, it is an excuse. If they do not win this series, he's going to get a lot of backlash, and deservingly so. But I mean, the facts are facts. I mean, he is playing with a bunch of scrubs right now.
Yeah, okay. I'll debate that slightly. I'll say this. It takes a team to get there. Is it the best team in the world? Not necessarily. Kevin Love really hasn't done a damn thing all year. Shumpert is not a scrub. J.R. Ryder J.R.
Smith.
Yeah, he's beyond inconsistent. I'll give you that. Tristan Thompson is a beast if you watch him.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you got to have some help to make something happen. This team's the best, not really. And I'll say this too. I'm not a fan of all the crying he's doing, but the whole thing about his legacy and all this crap, if he loses, man, get the hell out of here. Can we enjoy the moment, wait till his career to be over before we start all that meaningless, trivial conversation that really doesn't have an answer and just make it feel space? At the end of the day, he's playing great. He's doing all he can do. If he loses, they lose as a team. If you win, you win as a team. And either way, it doesn't make or break being a great player, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Keep holding it down, man. I'm gone.
Hey, appreciate the call, T. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. Last segment coming up. Damn! Just started this show. Damn it. Fastest 2 hours of sports, man, and entertainment. The Doug Stewart Show. When we get back from the break, we'll finish up with some last segment chat. And obviously, if we got any calls, we'll take them as well, all right? Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes!
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice and frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is penis taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled penis and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports Talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so, evidently there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it, P-E-A-N-U-T-S? Peanuts. No, man. Not boiled peanuts. Come on, man. And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern. Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This was the Doug Stewart Show. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. If you're a company out there like to partner with the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Whether that's whether you're trying to promote your brand, a particular product, an event. We have short-term sponsorship and marketing packages, as well as long-term. Obviously, a great demo of guys that listen to the show for the most part. I'd say 95% dudes listen to the show, but we welcome women as well. Talk about sports, entertaining. Have a good time around here for 2 hours, 5 days a week. All right. So email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yeah, man. So I promised my old lady before she left the house this morning that, in the show today, I wouldn't go ham and just go crazy about how much Matthew Dellavedova sucked. But let's just, for reference sake, let's just go over his stat line from last night. The man played 42 minutes. He was 2 for 9 from the field, 1 for 5 from three-point land. And let's stop right there for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. The threes that he shot and missed, it was like Jersey, Brick City. It was Brick City. I mean, they clunked off of the damn rim so hard. Let's see what else he did. How can you play 42 minutes and not have 1 rebound? The man didn't have a rebound. He had 2 assists. I think he plays point guard, even though LeBron brings the ball up, or has been bringing the ball up this entire series. Now, he did have 3 steals, and that's all because he's, that slimy, stinky, dirty player to jump at people's legs, i.e. what he did to Draymond Green last night. Ooh, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. And I mentioned this earlier, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I don't like to see anybody get hurt in sports. But, boy, Draymond Green came down on his neck real good-like. Yeah, he did. I know studio audience is booing. Are y'all booing me? Because I'm glad Draymond dropped the bionic elbow in his ass. Let's see. And then he had 2 turnovers, and he had 5 points on the night. So, yeah. Back to life. Back to reality. Shut up. Back to the here and now. Yes. Back to life for your ass, Matthew Dellavedova. And that's really happened the last couple of games. He hadn't had the outing that he did in those first 2 games where he was, some people would call it magical. Yeah. So it was back to life, back to reality for his behind. Yeah. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Let me read more of your chat here before we get out here. One thing, I saw some numbers this morning for the new Jurassic Park or Jurassic World movie. And I was a fan of those movies back in the day. Have you seen the movie? Is it good? It's getting great reviews. Box office smash hit this past weekend. Opened up this past Friday. Should I take the kids out to see that? You know, the kids are out of school, obviously. Should I take my baby girl to go see that? Is it too violent or whatever? Or is it something I could take my baby daughter to see? I'm interested in that. I actually kind of want to go see it myself. So if I don't take her, then should I even go on my lonesome? You know, that's the question I'm asking. From the 47th problem. Ever notice that when LeBron says he's tired after a loss, the Puppet Factory plays it like we should feel sorry for him? But if he says he's tired after a win, the Puppet Factory plays it like some sort of hero. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, everybody can see that. Even Stevie Wonder can see that. From Dobby. His legacy doesn't take a hit after this one. Has literally done everything he can do. A lot like last year. Oh, yeah. I definitely am not on the side of, and once again, this is very weird for me because I have totally switched my my thought about LeBron James this year. But you can't really knock the guy if they lose this series. I mean, I don't think you technically should. Now, I know people are, especially Michael Jordan fans. They're going to find any way they can to take away from this kid, man. But, I mean, my gosh, the dude is damn near averaging a triple-double. He's gone for 40 points twice in this series. I mean, what more does a ninja have to do to get a little bit of love? I mean, seriously. Yeah. So, I mean, I really think if they can take it to a seventh game, I think that no matter win or lose, if they have a seventh game and they lose, talking about Cleveland, and he has another great game where he, teeters around a triple-double and, around 40 points, I think it's actually going to elevate his brand. Yeah. And I think also that people are really saying, and they're going to factor in all of the issues that this team has had, and believe that in the next couple of years, they're probably going to win a ring or two. Or maybe even 3. How many more good years does LeBron James have? 5? Maybe even more than that. These cats play a long, long time. Now, he's played straight out of high school, and he's definitely lost half a step, right? He's lost a little bit, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. He isn't quite as athletic, but I mean, if he's not quite as athletic as he was 6 or 7 years ago, he's still probably more athletic than everybody else in the league, outside of Russell Westbrook or somebody like that, super ninja. But, I mean, yeah, he got more years. At some point, they're going to have a run where they don't, have all of these injuries. There's going to be more cohesion with him and his teammates if he plays with these guys a couple of more seasons as well. You got to believe that if David Blatt is not the guy for the job, they're going to get rid of his ass and bring a better coach in. They are. So this isn't the end. It would have been, once again, like I told Tom this morning on the Tom Joyner Morning Show, the fairy tale thing would have been, the storybook ending would have been LeBron to leave, win a couple of rings, everybody in America's mad at him, write the essay that they printed in Sports Illustrated, come back to your hometown, and win a championship when nobody thought that you could in your first year. That's fairy tale. But this ain't no fairy tale, Jack. This ain't no fairy tale. This is real. Now, Golden State's going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next couple of years as well. But, yeah, imagine if Cleveland had Kyrie and Kevin Love and, Timothy Mozgov, and they had a better coach. I mean, there's a lot of little things that can happen where this team could definitely be in the vying for an NBA championship for the next couple of years. I mean, don't get crazy on me. Sluggle, LBJ's legacy would only take a hit if we were trying to put him number one of all time. Yeah. If he doesn't win he's got to win, I think he's got to win 4 rings. And he's got to do it in a fashion like if he would have won this year with this team, where we can kind of look and say, man, Jordan got 6 rings, Kobe got 5 rings, but LeBron got 4 rings with a bunch of players that nobody could have taken to the championship and won with, If he would have won this year, that would have been a tremendous thing for his legacy, but they're not, probably. But, yeah, if he gets a couple more rings, man, with just a physical stature, you got to talk about him as one of the greatest ever. Ooh, I feel really weird talking positive about LeBron James, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I just got to be honest with you. I'm feeling very weird whenever I start talking good things about LBJ. From Miss Mocha Bella, Go Warriors. I guess Mocha is a fan of the Miami Heat, and so she actually, I guess, is rooting. That's her way of subtly rooting against LeBron James. You still mad, Mocha? Damn, come on, Mocha. You better than that. The man helped y'all win 2 rings. If y'all didn't have Miami, the Miami Heat didn't have LeBron James, you wouldn't have 2 rings. I mean, come on, man. Congratulate. Don't hate. From Sluggo. I thought the media was kissing LBJ's ass coming out of high school and disrespecting Kobe and the rest of the pros. I haven't gotten over that yet. See, here we go. There's some type of backstory on why guys don't like certain guys. From Star-Lord, the Falcons. Oh, okay. Here we go. Wait a minute. Should we do this right now? And let me confirm this, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Let me confirm this. And yeah. Yes, I have confirmed it. The Falcons have released Sam Baker. Yeah. Big disappointment for the Atlanta Falcons. Another first rounder. Was he a first rounder? I think he was a first rounder. It seems like there's some type of curse on the Falcons as far as these players and injury and health. And so Sam Baker has been just messed up over the last couple of years. A lot expected out of him coming out of college, out of USC, and hadn't lived up to expectations for the most part. So the Falcons have released him. We'll see what happens with that. From Nick Cash, LeBron deserves to lose in front of the same people he left when he broke their heart and left for Miami. They wanted LeBron so bad, now they got him. So damn Kevin Love and Kyrie. LeBron is all y'all need, Cleveland. Right. He put question mark after the word right. So you're saying that Golden State wins Game 6 and they wrap up the series in Cleveland. And I guess you're kind of intimating that Cleveland fans would be mad at LeBron. Are you nuts? Yeah. The Cleveland fans going to get on their hands and knees and continue to beg LeBron James for forgiveness for the way that they burned his jersey in effigy when he left the first time when he went to Miami. And they're still apologizing. They're still apologizing. Nah, that's not going to happen. They know the deal. Once again, like I just talked about for the last 5-10 minutes, everybody knows the deal. If you watch basketball, if you use your eyes that the good Lord gave you, you know that the dude is swimming upstream right now. I mean, he is definitely swimming upstream right now. Just make it competitive. I'd love to see it go 7. If not, I mean, I really don't care. I'm a Laker fan. But I think it would be big for ratings. Like someone mentioned earlier, I think my man Sluggo, if they did have a Game 7 in Golden State. Ratings are already through the roof right now. Game 7 in Golden State. Once again, with the idea, with the thought that maybe LeBron James could have like this historic 50-point game and will the Cleveland Cavaliers to a championship. I don't know, double overtime or something like that. That'd be great. That'd be freaking incredible. I don't think it's going to happen, though. No, sir. I don't think it's going to happen, baby. Man, I don't think it's going to happen. We'll see. We will see. Thank you so much for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you follow your boy on Periscope. I'm going to periodically try to do behind-the-scenes stuff while I do the Doug Stewart Show live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So follow me on Periscope, all right? That's the Doug Stewart Show on Periscope, all right? Shouts out to everybody that made today's show a reality. Shouts out to Waterhead Walter. Thank you, Walter, for all that you did today. Tree's not here, but still thank you to Tree. The Tree of Life. Dwayne Bassan, Gerald Oliveri, thank you very much. And to all of the Stewies, I appreciate it. I nub new. We'll do it again tomorrow. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.